what's going on, guys? Welcome to another developer vlog. This one's going to be kind of short. The last one was a little too long-winded. But in this video, I want to talk about the best programming language. You'll see this a lot in search terms on Google and YouTube. And I just want to share my view on this. And my view is that there is no best programming language in a general sense. And I bring this up because there's a lot of videos on YouTube, and I've actually created one. I'm guilty of this as well. A lot of coding channels are. A lot of really good, reputable channels will create like the top 10 programming languages, top 5 languages, not targeting anything, just in a general sense, which I've come to realize is pretty stupid because languages are used for different things. To give you an example, on my list in 2017, I had PHP on there. I also had C++. Now, C++ and PHP are not used for anything even remotely similar to each other. C++ is a very low-level, very high-performance language for building gaming engines and kernels and all kinds of stuff like that, where PHP is a very high-level, interpreted web scripting language for building server-side web apps. So they're completely different, and in a technical sense, they're not comparable. Now, can you compare them in like a job market sense? Of course, you can see what's the average salary for a PHP developer versus what's the salary for a C++ developer. You can compare it in that way, but that is definitely not the only thing you should look at. Okay, so you don't want to just look at these lists of popular languages or what makes the most and make your decision just on that. I'm not saying don't look at that. It is important to know the industry and so on, but you also want to look at yourself, okay? It's more important to look at yourself and what you want to do, what you're passionate about, what type of code you want to write, what type of applications do you want to build, stuff like that. And you also want to look at your abilities. Now, as far as what you want to do, if you were to pick, let's say Java is number one, and you just pick Java based on that, you learn it, you happen to get a job in it, but you're not really into it. It's just like a punch clock job. You're not passionate about it. You just go in, do your work, and you don't really get anywhere. You stay at that junior level or that semi-senior level, whatever, but you don't thrive. Where if you had chosen something that was like number 4 or 5 on the list, maybe like Python or something like that, which actually is very popular. But if you chose something else that was lower on the list that you really, really like to do, that you were also really good at, and you got a job, even though the salary may be less than a Java developer, you're going to thrive and you're gonna move up the ladder because you're passionate about it. You're going home and you're doing side projects with it. You're getting better at it instead of just staying at that mediocre level. So you don't want to just pay attention to jobs. You also want to pay attention to what you're good at. So, for instance, if you're really good at math, then you might thrive as a C or C++ developer, something like that, something low level to the CPU. Where if you're like me and you suck at math, but you love programming, you might want to choose something higher level. If you want to do like system tools, automation, stuff like that, you might choose like C#, which is a higher level managed language. You don't have to deal with memory and stuff like that. Or Python, of course, which is good for just about anything. Or web development, of course, which is my cup of tea. So JavaScript, Node, PHP, Python, and even Ruby on Rails. Now, Ruby is a language that was once really, really popular. It's kind of fallen in the job market, but if you really like Ruby on Rails, then learn Ruby on Rails. And you have to remember, if you choose the number 1, 2, 3 language on the lists that you're reading, these job market lists, or you're searching for jobs, and you're applying for those types of jobs, you have a huge amount of competition that you're going against. And a lot of people don't realize that. If you're applying for, if you master Ruby on Rails, and you apply for those jobs, you have a much smaller pool of competition that you're going against. And there are still companies using Ruby. Now, I'm not saying go and find a language that's not popular or whatever and learn it. I'm just showing you that is something to consider. The competition is definitely something to consider. But you want to look at yourself and what you want to do. and what you want to build. And also look at the job market, look at trends and stuff. Because remember, trends always change. Ruby was really, really high on the list at one point, and it just went down. And that will happen with just about any language. So you have to keep that stuff in mind. You know, don't just go by videos you watch, lists. You look at yourself as well. That's really my main point of this video. All right, so I think I'm going to end it here, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you like, please leave a like, and I will see you next time.